we're going to do a lower limb focus mobility flow. So we're going to start at the end of the mat, and we're going to start with a roll down. So we're standing, we've got our chin tucked under, our rib cage is down, our bottom is gently tucked under, so we're engaging our lower tummy, our bottom muscles, curling the tailbone into side slightly. We're going to reach up in the air, we're going to fold our body, our arms, and then we're going to roll vertebra by vertebra down towards the ground. And then we're going to slowly come back up, vertebra by vertebra, so tucking into the bottom, thoracic spine, shoulders back and down, bone tucked under the chin in. We're going to reach up in the air again, growing along through your fingertips, arms down by your side, and then rolling vertebra by vertebra down towards the ground. Just hanging there a second. Left hand on your right elbow, right hand on your left, and just rock side to side. Good. And then rolling back up. Rolling your shoulders back and down, rib cage in, bottom tucked under. Just do that again. So tuck your chin in, roll through the thoracic spine, down into the lung spine, down to the ground. We're going to walk our hands out into a plank. In this position, we're going to slowly lower our elbow, bend our elbows and lower to the ground, then come into a cobra. Just rock side to side here to just warm up into the hips, stretch out the front of the hips. Good. We're going to tuck our toes under, come into a down dog, so knees are soft. Push your head and chest through your arms, and we're just going to keep the knees soft, come onto tiptoes, straighten the knees and drop to the ground to start to stretch into the back of the legs and the hamstrings. We should have our chest pushed through, so our arms and our body is in a straight line. We're going to come up onto tiptoes on both sides, and then slowly lower down onto tiptoes, and slowly lower, and onto tiptoes. Good, and then we're going to come into a plank. Bend through the elbows and slowly lower to the ground, into a cobra, toes up and tucked. Tuck your toes under, soften through the knees, push your head and chest through, into a down dog, up onto tiptoes, before you straighten your knees and then come down. This time we're going to pulse to the ankles, so left ankle then right alternately. Good, and then come back over to a plank, slowly lower to the ground. Into a cobra. 3 big breaths into the belly here. Tuck your toes under. Back into that down dog. So this time we're going to up onto tiptoes, drop your heels to the right. Up onto tiptoes, drop your heels to the left. To the right. And to the left. And right. From here we're going to bring our left foot on the outside of our left hand, place our left hand on our knee, option to drop the knee to the ground and untuck the toes if you like, or if you want to keep it more stretched through the front of the hip you can keep the leg up. We're going to just push the left knee out, we're going to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, and back in, and out, and back in, and out. Good. From here, the left arm comes to ceiling, and then elbow comes to floor. Left arm to ceiling, elbow to floor. Left arm to ceiling, elbow to floor. Good. Drop the knee from here. Take the left hand and place it on the left knee, and you're going to look over your left shoulder. Push that left knee out. 3 deep breaths here. Deep breath in and out. And then you're going to untuck the foot on the right hand side, take the left hand, sweep it around behind you, and then bend through the right knee. So you can grab hold of the foot. We're stretching through the quad there. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good, place your hand down. You're going to lift the back knee up, come back into a plank, and repeat that on the other side. So taking the right side foot on the outside of the right hand. The right hand goes on the knee, rocks the knee outwards, coming onto the outer border of the right foot. And back in, and out, and back in, and out, back in. Good. Now we're taking the right hand to ceiling, and elbow to floor. Right hand to ceiling, elbow to floor, right hand to ceiling, elbow to floor. Good. Then we're going to take our right hand back on our knee, we're going to push that right knee out, we're going to look over the right shoulder for 3 deep breaths. Last breath. Good, and then untuck the foot, bend the left knee, bringing the heel to the bottom, grab hold of the foot. We're going to just stretch through the quads, holding for 3, 2, 1. Good, and untuck. Bring your right hand back to the ground, and then come back into a plank. Soften through our knees and push into a down dog. Up onto tiptoes, straighten the knee. Keeping this down dog, we're going to take the left leg off the ground, bend it at the knee, and stack the left foot and the left hip on top of the right hip. So we're opening up through the right hand side of the body, maintaining that down dog. 3 little kicks at the knee here, so we're straightening the knee. Good. And then come back around. So make sure you've got your head and chest pushed through. Soften and lift the right leg off the ground, stack the right hip on top of the left, pulse the right knee, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, and come back around. Good, so from here, we're going to come back into a plank. Bring the left foot on the outside of the left hand, and then we're going to just come up into a low lunge. So knees are both soft, so both knees are bent, heel is off the ground on the back leg. And we're going to take the right leg and we're going to spin it around. We're going to place our arms out in front of us, left one in front, right one behind. Soften through the left knee. Then we're going to take the right hand and guide it down the back of the right leg and the left hand to the ceiling. We're going to look at the left hand, and then we're bringing the left elbow onto left knee, right arm reaches up overhead, so we're really long through that right hand side. And then we're swapping. Left hand to ceiling, left elbow on left knee, right arm reaches low in front of you. And swap. And swap. Good. We're going to come back to the middle. This time we're going to straighten the left leg and slide the left hand down the inside of the left ankle. You can stop at shin, ankle or floor, depending on how much flexibility you've got in this left hamstring. And the right arm is coming to the ceiling. Then we're going to take the right arm overhead like you're painting the ceiling, like you're brushing back and forth for 3 strokes. Then you're going to come back up, and then you're going to walk your right foot back around, take both feet to the front of the mat, and then we're just going to swap around. So the left one comes back, we're going to turn that left foot, palms are facing down, you're soft through that right knee, the right knee is over the right ankle, and then you're going to take the left hand and slide it down the back of the left leg. While you do that, you're going to look at your right hand as it goes to the ceiling, and then you're going to place your right elbow on your right knee, and you lengthen through the left hand side of the body. And then swap. And swap, so right elbow onto right knee, left arm over, nice and long. Good. And repeat. Good. Then we're going to come back up, straighten out through the right knee. We're going to slide the right hand down the inside of the right leg, stopping at shin, ankle or floor. The left arm's coming up, and we're just painting the ceiling. Up and over. 1, 2, 3, and then coming back up. Really nice. So now we're going to turn both the feet to face the left hand side. we're going to stretch out through the hamstrings. So firstly, we're going to just find some balance on our feet. So don't want to be overly backwards on your heels or overly forwards on your toes. We want to find the middle. So just swaying back and forth until you feel this equal weight through the front and the back. Try and maintain that. Place your hands on your hips and then fall forward, trying not to lean backwards excessively. You should start to feel a stretch through your hamstrings here. And then we're going to fold our elbows and place your right hand on your left elbow, left hand on right elbow, and just rock side to side here. Nice deep breaths in and out. Okay, then place your hand on the floor. Take your right hand to ceiling and follow with your head. And down. Deep breath in as you go up. As you're stretching, breath out as you come down. Deep breath in. Out and down. Deep breath in. Really nice. One more on each side. You place your hands down and then coming back up, shoulders back and down. Now we're going to stretch through the adductors. So there's an option, so we're going to either bend that knee and come down low like this. If that's restrictive for you because your adductors are really tight or you're stiff in your knee, then you can just actually kneel. So then what we're going to do is keep the toes pointing forwards and we're just going to rock back and forth here initially, starting to warm up and stretch into that adductor. Good. And then we're going to turn the toes out on the left side, to turn the left to the ceiling. And just rocking back and forth here. Good. Then we're going to place our left hand firmly on the ground and the right one's going to the ceiling. You'll feel like the movement that you really don't want to do. So you're taking your right arm to the ceiling. And deep breath in as you go up. Breath out as you come down. Deep breath in and out. So really stretching through the fascia. Now we're walking our hand to the left hand side. Obviously, if you want to kneel again on this side, you're welcome to. Feet are on the ground, toes point forwards at the minute, just rocking back and forth here. Good, and then turn the toes up and repeat that. And then right hand is firmly on the ground, the left hand comes to the ceiling, and back down. Follow your hand with your head, and back down. You might find this really challenging through the spine, but that's okay. Good. Then bring yourselves back to the centre, fold yourselves back up, and come and stand at the back of the mat. So we're going to roll down to the ground, and walk out into a plank, soften through our knees and push ourselves into a down dog. So from here we're going to do something called a wild thing. So you're in the down dog position, make sure your head and chest is pushed through. You're going to bend the left knee, we'll stack the left hip on top of the right, and we're just going to keep going around until we've got two legs on the ground, right hand's on the ground, so the left hand has to come off the ground. Our hips are currently dropped, but we're going to push them up, and as we push them up, we go up and over with the left hand, and we follow the left hand with the head. Now back down, try and keep your chest as square to the ceiling as you can. Deep breath in as you're coming up, really push through those hips, and down, good, and then one more. Up and over, and down, good. Reverse that, so back, get ourselves back into a plank, so soften through, into a plank, then into a down dog, so soften through the knees, push the head and chest through. Release that right foot off the ground, bend the right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left, and keep going around. That right hand needs to come off. So you now left hand on the ground and two legs. You're going to push up and over, really open through the chest, and down. And again. And deep breath in and push up. Good. Then spin yourselves back over. Just going to drop to the knees, feet together, knees wide. Just come into a child's pose for a little bit of a stretch. Just because that's a little bit challenging. Three deep breaths here. Then walk your hands up and bring yourself up into sitting. I'm going to tuck the toes under. We're just going to sit back on the heels. Now some of you might find that too aggressive. We're going to be stretching through the fascia of the feet. So you might want to be up high, might be slightly lower, or sitting on your heels. So you can just walk back side to side here. If you find that's quite comfortable, then what you can do is to contract your feet into the floor. So as if you're trying to push your toes into the floor, and then relax and release and try and sink into that stretch. Contract and push into the floor, and relax, and again contract, and relax. Good. Untuck the toes, give them a bit of a wiggle. Then we're going to place our left hand behind. Our right hand is going to push up, reach up in the air as we push our hips open. Taking a deep breath in as we come up, and out, breathing all the way down. Deep breath in as we come up and over, out as you come down. And one more deep breath in, and out. Swap sides. Deep breath in as you come up, out as you come down. Deep breath in and pushing up, out and down. Good, and last one. And out and down. Really nice. I'm going to swing ourselves around into a 90-90 position. So I'll just show you how to get into that. So feet are wider than knees are wider than hips. And we're going to rotate our body and our knees over to the right hand side. So your body should be in line with your thigh, your right thigh. Your left thigh. Knee should be bent. If you're facing forwards, you should be facing your right leg with your knee bent. So from here, we're going to walk ourselves backwards to stretch through the left hip. So we need to go in a straight line backwards, not rotating. So we're really stretching through that left hip. And then we're walking ourselves forwards over the right hip. Walking ourselves backwards over our left hip. So your left hand should be behind your left knee, right hand behind your right knee. And then forwards over the right hip. And then backwards over the left. Good, that's really nice. Then we use ourselves up into sitting. And from here, we want to bring our right foot to touch our left knee. And then we're going to raise our right arm in the end, bend over to the left hand side. 3 big breaths here. Deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, lengthen through that right hand side, reach those fingers over. Deep breath in, and lengthen. Deep breath in, and lengthen. Good. Then place your right hand down by your right hip. The left arm is going to come up and over, and you're going to push your hips up and forwards. The side bend over to the left, and back down, and up and over, and back down, and up and over, and back down. Good. So from here, we're going to straighten and lie down on the floor. Our right arm is going to come underneath our head to support our head. We're just going to come down directly sideways, so our body stays in a straight line with the left thigh. This is a straight line, and then the left arm comes overhead. And we're just going to hold that for 3. Really try and let that left knee drop to the floor. Make sure the left knee, hip, and the rest of the body are in a completely straight line, so we don't want to lean forwards because we won't get the stretch we need. And the knee needs to be bent still at 90 degrees. Then walk yourselves back up. And come back out the stretch to where we came into it. Bring ourselves into kind of seated V. Feet are wider than knees, which are wider than hips. And we're going to drop to the left hand side. So in this position, we're going to start by coming backwards. The left hand is behind the left buttock, right hand behind the right hip. We're stretching out to the front of the right hip. And then we're leaning forwards. Good. And then walking our hands backwards. And forwards. backwards. And forwards. Good. We sit up, we place the left foot on the right knee. We're just going to bend over to the right hand side. So left arm is reaching up and over. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, reach your arm to stretch that left side. Make sure your chest is facing as much forward as you can, so you'll lose the stretch if you rotate it towards the right leg. Just facing that left leg. And place the left hand down. The right arm is going to push up and over, hips are coming forwards. And down. Push the hips forwards and up. And down. And one more. Good. Now we're going to take ourselves into lying. So we're just going to lie directly sideways. Left hand is under your head. Right arm comes overhead. Your right arm on the body and right knee. We're in a straight line. The knees bent at 90 degrees. Try and really relax into the stretch. Let that right knee drop to the floor. And then we're going to set ourselves back up, bring ourselves around into sitting. Just a last couple of stretches. The first one we're going to do is we're going to lie down on our left hand side, support our head. We're going to take the right foot, we're going to grab hold of it with the right hand. We're going to take the knee back, so the hip and the knee are in a straight line to stretch through the quad. That's really nice. So from here we're going to just bias that stretch a little bit to stretch through the outer part of the thigh. So we're going to do that by taking the right knee down and and rotating the thigh towards the ground by lifting the heel towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to place the left heel on the right knee and try and push that knee down. So we're adding in a bit of an ITB stretch here. So quadriceps and ITB at the same time. 3 deep breaths in here. And then relax. Come and sit yourselves up. Completely rotate around to the other side. Lying on the right hand side, left heel to bottom. So knee should be in line with the hips, in a nice straight line with your body. Then we're going to rotate the thigh down by lifting the heel up. From here we're going to take the right heel, place it on the left knee, and push the left heel to the ground. 3 deep breaths here. Stretch through the front of the left knee and the quadricep, and also in the ITB. So the last exercise is a hamstring stretch. You're going to band, double wrap that around the foot. Lie down, keep the knee straight, and then walk your hands up the band so you've got a hamstring stretch. Then from here you're going to just pulse the ankle up and down, so as well as stretching the hamstring, you're stretching the calf. So the band on the right foot, you're going to hold the band in the right hand. You take the left arm out to the side, and then you're going to keep the height with the knee straight. You're going to drop the knee out to the side, the leg out to the side. Again, pulse the ankle here. This one will stretch the adductors. And then you're going to swap, so the band goes in the left hand, the right arm goes out to the side, you take the left. The right leg over to the left side. Again, pulse the ankle, up and down. And then swap sides with the band. So double wrap the band around the left foot. Knee straight, walk the left. The hands up to the band on the left side. We're going to just pulse the ankle here. Then the right arm comes out to the side. You drop the left leg out to the left side, keeping the knee straight. Again, pulsing the ankle. And then you take the band with the right hand, take the left leg over to the right side, the left arm comes out and catch balance. And again, pulse. and wrap around, and then come and sit up. So that's a low limb mobility flow that's really helpful to do after bike or run, or even after you've competed.